chapter number 4, inverters and cycloconverters. First let we see introduction. So we have seen that the DC motor speed control can be controlled by the SCR. So there are many methods are used for the speed control of AC motors, by changing the frequency, by changing the applied voltage, by changing the numbers of poles in the AC motor. So these are the difference parameter which is related to the speed. So if we change any parameter, it will change the speed of the AC motor. So out of them, the inverter method is most useful. Nowadays, most of the applications is operated by this method. So in the inverter, the DC supply is converted into AC supply. So similarly, the speed control of AC motor is also achieved by the controlling voltage and the frequency. Now, in this chapter also we will study about the cycloconverter, which converts AC power of one frequency to the same AC power at another frequency. Here in this cycloconverter there is no DC link is used. So that is the main advantage. So in this chapter we will study about the inverter and the cycloconverter. Now first let me see what is inverter. So already I told you, inverter is a device is used to convert DC power into AC power at required voltage and the frequency. So mostly in inverter we are using BJT, MOSFET, IGBT, MCT for the SCR. So the SCR is used for the less rating, less current rating, and it is not used for the higher current rating, because the output of this inverter, it depends on the load. It is designed for the load. So the design of this inverter, it depends on the load. That means as per our requirement. So here we can say that the SCR is only used for less current rating of the inverter. It is not used for higher rating, because the wave shape of output voltage of inverter, it may be sinusoidal or non-sinusoidal. So square wave inverter is used for less and medium power requirement. For higher power, less distortion type sine wave is used. Now the frequency of this AC output is decided by the on and off time of active devices which are used in the inverter. Now the DC input, that means inverter require DC input. So this DC input source for the inverter is taken from the battery or solar cell or the another DC sources. So this solar cell is nowadays it is more popular. It provides DC power to the inverter, which converts DC into AC. So mostly in industry, first step is to convert AC supply or AC power into DC power. So already we have studied that the output of this DC output, the output, whatever the outputs come out from this rectifier, it is a pulsating type. It is a pulsating type. That means the AC components are present in the DC. That means not pure DC, which is come out from the rectifier. So first, this AC component is removed from the DC output voltage by using the filter. Then this pure DC is applied to the inverter. So it is most important. Now the single phase, the output of this single phase inverter is 220 volt, 50 hertz or 120 volt, 60 hertz. For similarly, three phase for the three phase 220/380 volts at 50 hertz frequency or 115/200 volt at 400 Hz frequency. So we can also design for different voltage and different frequency level as per our requirement. We can design the circuit as per our requirement. Now the classification of inverter. First classification according to the active devices which is used in the circuits. So active devices, as active devices we are using BJT, MOSFET, IGBT, MCT or SCR. These are the different types of devices are used as active elements in the inverter. So accordingly we can classify it. Which type active components or devices is used in the inverter circuit. Second, according to the commutating method. So what is commutating method? That means it is a method to turn off the SCR. To turn off the SCR, it is called commutation method. So mainly two types of commutations methods are used. First is line commutated inverter. Second, force commutated inverter. Third, C accordingly to the numbers of phase in output. So already in our India we are using single phase system and three phase system. So according to this phase which is available in output, we can classify it is into single phase inverter and second three phase inverter. Now D according to the shape of output. So first it may be non-sinusoidal type or second sinusoidal type. Now according to connection, first series inverter, second parallel inverter, third bridge inverter. It can be further divided into two parts. First half bridge inverter, second full bridge inverter. F according to the source, which type source we have to use. So first voltage source inverter or current source inverter. Now let me see the basic principle of inverters. So as you can see, here we are using one battery which provide DC supply. Here we are using one transformer. Center tapping transformer. It's require center tapping transformer as connected as shown in this figure. So here it's on center tapping we are providing plus 12 volt of DC supply. Now this is we are using one switch. That let me see why it is required. So that is our transformer P1. Suppose in this case, suppose our switch is at C position. That means it is in off condition. That means the circuit is open. There is no current passing through this winding. Yes, EMF is present, but circuit is open. So when the switch is moved on this A condition or moves to the A condition, what happens when switch has moved in the position A? So that time you can see here plus voltage is available at center terminal. Here this terminal is connected to the A which is ground. That means circuit is closed. Now due to this the current flows into the upper part of the transformer winding due to this DC supply. So it produces the current passing through this winding, it produces flux in the core. Now this flux is linked with the secondary winding of the transformer. So due to this an EMF induced in the secondary winding. Now due to this EMF, if we are connecting load here, the current is start to flow through this secondary circuits. Now when the switch is moved at B position, that means center terminal is positive, but the negative terminal of this winding is connected to B, and this B terminal is grounded. That means the circuit flows through this lower part of the primary winding of the transformer. So now due to this, the current is start to flow from the lower part of the transformer winding. So due to this, the flux is produced in the core, but here the direction of magnetic flux produced in the core is reversed. Here you can see it is flow in this direction. Here in case the current passing through this winding is different. That's why in second case the flux produced in the core in reverse direction. So the whatever EMF induced in this secondary winding of transformer T1, it is also reverse. Flux is reversed, that means the EMF it is also reversed. So the current passing through the load, it is also in reverse condition. So here you can see during this period when switch switch moved from A, that time suppose current passing through the upper terminal of secondary winding to the load, then second terminal of the primary winding. But when switch is kept at B position, the load current start to flow from lower terminal from the secondary winding of the transformer to the load, and then to the upper terminal of transformer. So here you can see the current passing through the load is changes, and it depends on the position of switch, position of switch A and B. So here practically SCR is used as a switch. SCR or transistor is used as a switch instead of the mechanical switch. So the SCR is more comfortable or more applicable than the transistor inverter, because the rating of the SCR is very high. So we can easily get a higher rating SCR in the market in compared to transistor. And another advantage of SCR, its driving power is very less.